Well, welcome back to the cottage garden here at Gardener's Cottage in Blakeney. It's been a while since we've done a garden tour video for you. It's been so busy over the summer season and we've had lets almost continuously throughout September, so we really haven't had very much access to the garden ourselves. Just going to do a quick walk around and show you what's flowering and still giving us colour here in the cottage garden over in Blakeney. This little white Aster, it's one we grow on the farm in mid-Norfolk a lot. Quite leggy, very tall one this. Not looking too good this year here. It needs really a bit more light than it's getting, but the flowers are doing quite well on that stem if they don't get damaged. These cyclamen are really what's coming to its peak really now in middle of September. This area really is planted quite heavily with really mature big corms, and particularly that one in the centre. What a beautiful cluster of flowers that's giving us. We've got them here in this little area of the garden, but also just look at the impact under the weeping pear tree. This is another area with these autumn flowering cyclamen that really does pop from the house. Beautiful planting under this tree. Very dry most years and doesn't do anything until they start getting a bit of moisture and light and cool evenings in September, then they really come out. The rest of the garden really is looking quite autumnal. There's a few late flowering things still just giving a little bit of colour. This larkspur is one of them. Delphinium like flower larkspur, but beautiful spires of these purpley blue flowers. Autumn sedums, again not really getting enough light in this position. A little bit of flower on them, but this one's really overgrown and too closely planted with the catmint that's overgrowing it. And again, the geraniums here really quite cut back earlier in the season and giving a little bit of growth, but not an awful lot of colour. The Iceberg climbing rose, again this one doing quite well with a late flush of flower. The one which is its mirror planting closer to the house really hasn't given us a second flush at all this year. It's not been happy. And this beautiful old rose, lovely old thing, flowering away nicely and will do right up until the first frosts. Japanese anemones in front of the kitchen, white ones again, haven't really done the spectacular display that we had from them last year. It's a season of two halves really. Some things have done very, very well and other things just not like the season. One thing that has grown ridiculously is the fig tree. Just look at the amount of growth that's put on. Upwards of 8 foot of new growth, loads of young figs. But this was the first year in 10 years I haven't picked a fig off this tree. Yes, may have had some along the way, but really it was a funny season. They were at least a month later than they should have been, and most of them just never ripened up fully here, despite this being one of the sunniest positions that you could possibly wish to plant a fig tree in. So looking quite autumnal, end of season, still those spots of colour with the cyclamen. Agapanthus now fully finished and being cut back. Plenty still to enjoy, and this garden still offers a little bit of a sun strap throughout October for sitting out and enjoying the last of this season's sunshine. So I've just about finished up here on the turnaround. We've got more guests coming in this afternoon. Hopefully they'll get some of this autumn sunlight to enjoy here on the coast in North Norfolk.